Miami isn't a famous civil rights city. Most of the big civil rights events took place somewhere else, but Miami has its own process, and that process evolved over decades. The desegregation happened here in a way it maybe didn't happen in other cities, and it was covered day by day by the news stations that donated the footage to us. So we have a remarkably detailed account of Miami's segregation, desegregation story. That's a very valuable record to have because it's ours. It's not like a documentary about some other remote city where something happened. It's what happened here. There's a quotation, it's a bit of a cliche, that it is, those who don't know history are doomed to repeat it. There's a lot of history we don't want to repeat. You're looking at segregation in Miami and racial segregation. Well, let's look back and see how that impacted people, how it was to live under those circumstances, what effect that had on people who were citizens but maybe didn't get treated as citizens. It's definitely something we don't want to have happen again. And if we look back and see how that process worked and what it did, then we know better in the future.
And understand why you see this rising level of anger. And I would say that there's a seething that's being brewed because people, us, are not going to take it anymore. We have been beaten, we have been disenfranchised, but we're educated now. We're not talking rhetoric of civil disobedience. We're talking about using the government's own things that they use against us, like ordinances. We don't plan, we have this thing now. I call it Fort Liberty City. And my work will stop when the last African American child leaves Liberty City. Close the fort. It's tragedy what we have allowed our children to see, and you'll see that.